Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with a word for today. And the word for today is intentionality. Do not be unequally yoked. I will not bow down and serve other gods one way or the other. Excel in living a God-pleasing life even more than you already do. What I hear the Lord saying today is live intentional. Live focused on His way, His righteousness, His way of doing things. With the unrighteous kings, oftentimes it's noted that they married someone who was not serving the Lord, and then the unrighteous king did not serve the Lord. As I think and pray for our young single people, my prayer for their spouses is not just for a spouse, not for a good person, not even for just a Christian, but for someone of like precious faith and like calling. The person that has the most influence in my life is my wife. Through no fault of my own, she has influenced me to passionately pursue the Lord. I am sure, very sure, that without her I would not have ended up serving the Lord as I have. I am sure, very sure, that I could have been influenced down another path by somebody else. With my wife's influence, we have intentionally, passionately pursued the Lord for our life together. And this is something that has always been done intentionally. We frequently thank God for the lives that He's given us and acknowledge that life could have been very different for us. We actually think neither one of us would have lived this long without the Lord. While no one knows until the pressure is on how they will react, I would like to believe that I would stand for Jesus in the face of the fiery furnace. I think the groundwork to that kind of decision-making is laid long before the decision comes. You can't make a statement like the Lord saves, but even if He doesn't in this case, I will not bow down without an intentional lifestyle of passionately pursuing the Lord. The boys had obviously made the decision long before the statue in the fiery furnace. They had obviously lived intentionally for the Lord in the midst of a corrupt and perverse generation. Excel in living a God-pleasing life even more than you already do. This can only be done intentionally. This doesn't happen spontaneously or randomly. The God-pleasing kind of life is lived to please God on purpose. It seems like the Lord has been asking me to examine my life for quite a while now. I assume that means there are some adjustments that I need to make. I also assume that means there is something coming down the road at me that will require the higher level of faith, the higher level of confident expectation, the higher level of trust, the higher level of reliance, the higher level of obedience. While I don't know what that is, I want to lay the groundwork for the decisions that will be necessary to make along the way. And I want to be intentional in my passionate pursuit of the Lord all the way to the end. I want to challenge you today to examine your intentionality so as to lay the groundwork for the decisions that you will have to make. When faced with the fiery furnace, I want to have the faith to say, my God saves, but even if He doesn't this time, I will not bow down. And that will only happen then if I live today intentionally. The word for today is intentionality. God bless. Check in tomorrow.